When I look at some of the promotion for Carnival, let's say that's being promoted on cable television and elsewhere and so on, and I look at a video like this one, which unfortunately or radio listeners cannot see, but it's a lovely, technically produced
Yes.
promotion of the carnival, people enjoying fun, winding on one another, enjoying the music. But at a deeper look at it, one sees this is a carnival of brown-skinned people. There is not one image of a dark-skinned person in this promotion of Carnival that emerged out of the experience of poor black people.
Yes, yes.
What is happening with our Carnival?
What
Is
has-
Carnival?
Been a battle for
Are black people being sidelined out
So
of the
it makes
Carnival?
it comes back to the point. If we do not know our history, we must be prepared that it can be repeated. That the reversal is taking place. The African in the society had to fight for their place in the carnival. Right? Because remember, the Europeans had their way of celebrating. They always did. Right? The Africans had its own way of celebrating, and they were determined to not believe. There was a belief that we would disturb this European version of celebration. And we fought and we fought and we fought until we got our space. And when we got our space, the carnival was enriched tremendously. Yeah, we had the steel band, which of course today, thankfully, still holds, a place of pride and has its prominence. But the mass that was brought out from that same, those same grassroots persons, the George Baileys, and these are all people from behind the bridge, as we would say, Harold Sardina, the mass, all that came out was absolutely amazing as well. When you look back at, you see people actually wore those things, men and women, well dressed on Carnival Day. For some reason, over time, it has stopped being so much about the culture, and it has transmitted into what now is a business. Yeah. Carnival bands are business operations.
And what's wrong with
well, I'm not saying that anything is wrong with that. But what we are saying is, if we are satisfied that this is what the carnival is now about, this is where it has gone. And then who are the business people? So
Angelo,
that's why you're seeing that kind of.
So Angelo, how would you respond to the concern that Carnival is being overtaken by a brown-skinned middle class, and that the black Trinidadian Tobagonian is actually being sidelined to the lowest end of the carnival?
Well, I agree for the most part, because we're seeing a lot of things happening in the carnival. We're seeing gentrification taking place. I remember last year there was some talk about they wanted to move the judging points away from East Port of Spain, and I'm wondering how the hell we could allow that to happen. This was the birthplace of carnival. You might as well move the Diwali Nagara into West Moorings if we go in that route. Regarding people being, black people being forced out of carnival, we must recognize the inherent class divisions in the way that Carnival is celebrated today as well. I was always I was always taught that Carnival was a celebration of working class Trinidadians, black working class Trinidadians. That's no longer the case when a Carnival costume could run in excess of $1,000 US. And it's not even a costume that you are making. It's not a reflection of your creativity and your experience as a black Trinidadian. You're buying a pre-made, pre-manufactured costume that was made overseas, and you are basically enriching the pockets of these businessmen who are in it. You ask what is the problem with businessmen being in control of Carnival, and I see it this way. The goal of a business is to make money. So a businessman involved in Carnival is not concerned with the preservation of a culture. It's not concerned about being inclusive to everybody from all economic and racial brackets. Its primary motive is profit and only profit. And that's what I see as the biggest problem regarding Carnival today.